Good morning, Mike the MC, bringing another self-care video. Today I'm talking about the sacrament of baptism. This will be with my confirmation teaching catechism playlist for catechist teachers and the kids. But this will be on the topic of baptism. It's going to be a great topic to discuss as we move forward into Christmas, into spring. So let's jump into this topic. So here are the faith words for chapter 14 from Sadlier's book on baptism. We live our faith, chapter 14, baptism. The faith words. Catechumenate, a process of formation for baptism, including prayer and liturgy, religious instruction, and service to others. Catechumens are adults and older children who enter into the catechumenate, the rite of Christian initiation of adults, also known as RCIA. Celebrant, the person who celebrates the sacrament with the community, including the bishop, priest, or deacon. I like baptism for many reasons. For one, I think this baptism, this sacrament in our faith, the church, the idea is to be washed and clean from original sin and to move forward with Christ as the one who is the celebrant, washing away our sins right there in the river. And it's a beautiful message for the community as well, who witness this beautiful sacrament, because not only do they get to see their new member in the community become a part of the community, but you also get to see the leadership from the church taking action to be a part of the people themselves, to be like, hey, I'm still here, I can still celebrate and bring in new members. It's just a beautiful thing for everybody in that regard. Now, I will argue also, baptism is a very crucial sacrament, because there's the argument, should we have baptism for children when they become adults later in life, when they have more of an age of reason idea with them in mind? And I would argue it's a good idea. I mean, you want the children to know what they're getting into. You want that person to know, okay, I know what I'm studying for, I know what I'm preparing to get into. On the flip side, you can argue, okay, the family, the parents even, guardians, they just want to make sure that their child is a part of that community from the beginning. And I understand that too. So where they would call us cradle Catholics, those of us like me who were just baptized right away initially in the beginning, with really just, all right, we don't remember the celebration itself, but we're now a part of that family just because that just happened so early. An example would be like, if you like a sports team and you were just not given another choice to like that team, and you would say, but you were brainwashed, and that's like, okay, but maybe later you like that team. So as far as that goes, as far as, were you brainwashed, were you just brought into it, and now are you going to rethink your thoughts? I think there's a beautiful part when you grow older as a person and you start to reflect, do I want to continue on in this faith, this chapter in my life, or do I want to move on to something new? And I think God gives us that opportunity to reflect and to consider, do we want to stay or go? Now, that may push some buttons on people the wrong way, but I would argue, as a person, as you get older, take on more responsibility, it's respectful for that person to make their choices, to respect who they're going to be. Yes, as parents, you want to guide them to the next steps in life, to be good people, of course. But there's always that memory of, wait, what about me when I grew up? I had thoughts too. I wanted to do things, and yeah, it was good. My parents guided me a certain way. And when I hit college, when I hit other places in life where I started to gain more freedom, I started to make more choices. Choices that maybe they didn't like or they did like. But they were choices that I wanted to consider for myself, for what I wanted to do that I thought was right. And I think there's a lot of trust right there between the parent to the child, what they're going to grow up to be, what they're going to do in life. And I think baptism is a great reminder of, okay, the bigger message. We are under God's care. The parents are there, of course, but God is the greatest parent right there throughout the entire process, throughout the whole thing, once he brings us into his arms. And he's watching us. And so whether that child makes good or bad decisions, he is the ultimate parent, always there watching us, guiding us as we make good and bad choices. And so to me, it's like, all right, if the child falls out of faith, maybe they'll come back. They'll make the right choices. God may, throw a book on your head, the metaphors. So many of them where, okay, oh, I snapped out of it. Now I'm back on track. Now I can get back in the faith because I know what I want. And, right, we learn the lessons the hard way. Some of us may have learned it easier than others. And for those who feel stuck, okay, this takes years to recover. And so in the book, that chapter covers RCIA, the rite of initiation for the Christian adult, right? Initiation. I may have juggled the words a little, but the point is RCIA, a lot of these catechumens who come into the faith a little later, they're in their 30s, 40s, 50s plus, whatever. But the point is, it's better late than never, is what I'm trying to say. You don't have to be there right away in the beginning. Yes, it's great if you are there in the community at the start, but if you come later in life, it's beautiful. It's okay. We have masses, celebrations for that. And now someone may ask, okay, Mike, MC, you've been stressing, okay, this is a video for catechist teachers and their kids. What about from another perspective? I would argue, okay, from the other faiths and perspectives, as I study more on world faiths and history, I'm pretty sure every community has their rites of initiations, has their protocols, ways to help their communities. And so from me to you, from a non-Catholic perspective, is to stay strong, have trust in your parents, that guidance, that leadership. And if you are given that choice, yes, trust your choices as well. Trust what they're having out there for you. But if it's a bit of a forceful situation, be strong. Know what you got to do, and if you need to take a courageous step for yourself, don't be afraid to do so. Don't be afraid to do so for not just for your sake, but the community's sake as well. I think as people, as we grow older, I truly believe, world peace, helping each other out for every nation should be a goal. And so I think every person in the world can be a world leader in some way and work together, cooperate, if it can be done. And I always pray for that every day. And so when you initiate yourself into your community, just keep in mind, if you want to be a good leader for the world, do it with good leadership and care for the people, remembering there are other communities in the world too that we live in. So that's my message from chapter 14 for baptism from Sadlier. And I hope everyone has a wonderful Monday. I'm a bit under the weather today, so I'm recovering from a cold, but I'm doing okay. So just keep strong. Keep strong. I'll keep strong too. Keep posting videos. Always remember, you have a power of choice. So do the right thing, and you'll be good in your community. Have a good one.